go. Let this sit for a little bit, and then we'll take it to the sink and scrub it all down here. Facing up towards the inside of the case half here. Okay, that's going right in. Work that around. Pressure plate. We've got our new bolts. Good spark. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That looks pretty clean in there. Alright, brand new chain going on. That was a lot of work. After a day and a half of working on this thing, it's finally all back together. All we have to do is add fluid to it, and we can give this a first start. Well, we're back with the final part on the 2006 Yamaha YZ250. If you guys missed the last couple videos on this bike, I'll quick catch you up. So John, a friend of mine, dropped this bike off. He was having some issues with it. It was knocking horribly. So we ended up taking a look at it, and we found that the rod bearing was junk, and pretty much every bearing in the bottom end was junk. So we did a full rebuild on this thing. We got a bunch of new parts, new OEM crank, new Weisskel piston, all new bearings, all new seals, all new gaskets. We got new chain and sprockets on it, all brand new. Tusk chain and sprockets. So the whole engine was rebuilt, everything was gone through, and we finished it up last video. But we weren't able to start this thing up. John wanted some specific oil for his bike that I didn't have, so we got that today. We're gonna add some coolant to it, add some oil to it, add some gas to it, and attempt to start this thing for the first time since the fresh rebuild. So initially I was gonna have John start this up for the first time, but he said he wanted me to break it in for him before we take it over to his house and ride this thing at the track. My parents' neighbors also have a track we might be taking it to. He wants this thing nice and broken in before he really hammers on it today. First thing we're gonna do, add oil to it. He wanted the AMS oil. He said he always runs the AMS oil in his bikes. So that's what we're gonna add. We're gonna be adding AMS oil 10W40. And there is a brand new clutch basket in here as well. And by the way, this takes 750 milliliters. There's actually a check bolt on here. We're gonna quick check that after this settles for a bit. You want the bike level, and then we're gonna take out that bolt, and if oil just starts dribbling out, we know the level is good. All right, let's take a look. Yep. Oil's coming out of there. The bike's a little tipped on this side, so that's why it was pouring out. perfect. All right, next is coolant. Let's get some going in here. There we go. Hopefully nothing leaks. All the hoses are clamped down. I triple checked, so everything should be good. After the first break-in, we'll check the coolant again. But right now, you can see it's topped off right there. All right, the last step is adding some fuel to it. So we mixed up some premium gas with Clots oil. John likes using Clots. I do as well, so I had some laying around. So that's 40-to-1 mix going in with Clots oil. And Clots always smells the best, in my opinion. All right, we've got fresh fuel in it, we've got fresh oil and fresh coolant. Let's attempt to fire this thing up. We put the gas on, choke on, and give it a couple kicks. See what happens here. All right, let's see if she fires up here. Oh yeah, she fired right up. I had the choke on the whole time just because I wanted that top end to be lubricated through that whole little braking process. So that's why I was smoking so much. So now that the choke is off, let's see if she idles. It's leaking a tiny bit of gas out of the carb. Wonder if that float is a little bit stuck from sitting. But it sounds pretty good. It does not idle right now. I don't know if John wants it to idle or not. It's a race bike, so we'll have to ask him and get back to him on that. All right, looks like the carb has to come back out. It's weeping from the gasket right here. So it's weeping and then slowly flowing down that float bowl. So float height might be a little bit off. We'll have to check that. Otherwise something got caught between the needle and seat on the first run. So unfortunately we gotta take the carb back out. You can see some moisture right there underneath there. So we don't want it leaking gas all over the place, especially on a fresh engine. So we'll take that out quick and check that out. All right, subframe has to come off here quick. Zip those out. I wonder if John ever had leaking of the carb. I didn't change any of the settings. Now we can get to this carb. It's leaking quite a bit. Should pull out of here. There we go. Should come out through here. I think that's how we got it in. I might have to take off engine case saver here. Alright, there we go. Alright, carb's free. Let's start taking a look at that. Alright, I can't even remember if I cleaned this carb. I don't know if I did anything to it. I think I maybe just opened it up and made sure it was all correct, but I don't remember going through it. Maybe I did. I guess we'll check. Lots of gas in there. Is there any gunk in there? Yeah, there's some gunk in there. We might have to put a filter on it. Alright. Get the float out. See what that looks like. That float looks fine. Needle looks good. I don't see anything wrong with the seat at all. That looks good. There's really not a whole lot to this carb. 175 main. That looks good. I might let this thing sit in the ultrasonic cleaner for a little bit. Clean everything up really nice. That was clear. Running a 50 Pilot. Everything looks good so far. And then you've got your air screw here. We are 1, Put 1.5 turns out on the air screw. There it is with the spring. All right, then we've got these lines that come off. Put this to 80 degrees Celsius. Start that. We'll go for 30 minutes. Let that cook for a little bit. Here's I have the ultrasonic cleaner, looking brand new. Here's the bowl, looking perfect. So we are adjusting the float height here. Float height on a 2006 YZ250 is supposed to be 5.5 millimeters to 7 millimeters. So we are measuring the distance from the very top of the float here and the surface of the gasket right here. So you want to put this at like a 45-degree angle, and right when it starts to compress that spring on the needle is where you measure the float height. So right about there. We are at 6.55. Before we were at like 4.5. So it's pretty small. I mean, it's so touchy. You move it just a little bit. That's why there's a tolerance of about 2 millimeters in there. But we just bent the tab a little bit down. We'll see if that stops it from draining out. All right, carb is back on, gas is on. It's been on for about 10 minutes. No leaking whatsoever from the carb. So I think we're good. Let's fire this thing back up and see if she still leaks. That sounds really, really good. That's how it should sound. See how crispy that sounds? So no leaking whatsoever from the carb anymore. We fixed that. So I think she's ready for the first test drive. See, all dry. Cool. So we'll turn the gas off for now and top off the coolant, and we should be good to go. All right, so we did a couple heat cycles with it, and probably 3 of them, and then we let it cool down, started it back up, let it cool down, started it back up, let it cool down. So the piston is now seated. We are going to ride this thing pretty slow, probably like medium speed, and then John will do the last brake and ride. Well, first braking ride went really well. Shifts through all the gears smooth. That new clutch basket, it grabs good. So I think John's really gonna like it. It is a peppy bike. You hit that throttle, you're gone. It is jetted perfectly. So yeah, this one's all good to go. Let's go head to John's house and go rip it at the track. All right, we're almost here. We've got the bike in the back. About an hour, 15-minute drive back to my parents' house over here. All right, well, here's the track. It's pretty cool. My parents' house is right down there. Oh, that's really nice. So we'll test her out here, see how it goes. Here's John. You excited for the bike?
I'm actually speechless. When I was on my way here today, I got a 125 just like it, and I thought it was my 250. And just seeing that thing in the sun.
Well, the sun was here. Now it's gone, but
it's just I don't know. I can't wait to ride it.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good. So it should be all set for the last little break-in ride here. And you've ridden this track how many times?
Once.
Kind of a cool little track.
It's the
My house is literally like right there. So
yeah,
that works out pretty good.
Stomping.
Let's see the jumps you have. So it's about a 4-footer.
I don't really know, so I'll give them a little speech. This is the C&J Racing.
You might have to talk closer to the camera because it's windy.
This is the C&J Racing Facilities track. So there's a group of 5 of us that ride here. We all come in and build our own little things, like this jump here. Somebody built last night, and it looks a little deadly. We got little rhythms. We got a rhythm section over here. We got a 70-foot tabletop. Somebody told me it was 70 feet. I never measured it. Just got some turns, some lowlands over there with flat turning to learn how to do that power sliding. Looks like there's a new double over there I was unaware of. So I'm gonna have to do a couple parade laps.
Oh yeah.
And then check it out. But yeah, my first ride out here was on Sunday. My track is just a mile down the road. So this one's more like, kind of like stadium cross style. This is where you're gonna work on like your tight turns, on your clay and black dirt, and then you go to my track where you have more straightaways and rollers. We do a start here, and then the kids, I don't know, that's what they wanted.
Okay.
Looks like somebody's been rolling it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll jump it, show them up. But yeah, this is where we're gonna do it. I'm excited. It'll be a good video.
Oh yeah.
They don't know anything. People don't know 2-strokes anymore.
Yeah.
You need help? See, I get it when people say I got it, because sometimes when you help somebody unload a bike that knows what they're doing,
yeah,
you just make it worse.
I didn't do anything to the suspension or
No, that's fine. I just miss feeling it. Oh man. Oh, I forgot I had you put a kill switch in.
Yeah, you might have to adjust the clutch a little bit based on your preference and whatever you like. I don't know.
I only know.
I just put a little. I put like a little bit of, like a couple millimeters of clearance in there, but it's all preference.
Yep, that is true. Oh man. It's like you know, when you're at work all day and you're like, I just want to go home and sit on that one chair. That's what this bike is.
How long have you had it for? How many years?
Since 2008. Actually, it's a really cool story. I was,
I'll put you closer to the camera so people can hear you.
I was, let me think. I'm trying to think if I was 16 years old, and my dad said that he would give me half the money for a car. And I said I didn't want a car. I said I want a dirt bike. And yeah, he was actually impressed that I said that. And I looked around because the bike I had at the time was old. It was falling apart. I just wanted something newer, and I wanted an aluminum frame YZ250. That was my dream bike. And we looked around, and I found this one on Marketplace in 2008. That's when the 252 strokes, they were a dying breed. People didn't want them. Everybody wanted the 450s and the 250s. And the guy was asking $4,500 for this bike. And I called him and I offered him 28 because I only had half of 2,800. And he said he'd do $3,000. And I couldn't do it. And he went down to $2,950. And my dad said he'd spot the rest of that money. And I'm really happy I did that because, you know, if I would have had a car at 16, I wouldn't have that today.
Yeah.
But I have this bike. I raced this bike from 2008 and then up until 2 years ago. I raced this bike for AMSOIL for 1 year. I did the Triple Cross series on this bike. I've done some ice race. I did a lot of ice racing on it. I've just also even taken time off of racing on the bike and just done free riding on it. This bike's look like 4 different bikes. It's been white, it's been black, it's been white and black, it's been all different colors. The bike was bone stock when I bought it, and every time a part broke, I just upgraded a part. I raced this bike in A class when I was 18. So I was 16 when I got it, and I'm 33 now. So I've had it a long time. It means a lot to me. I have so many memories with this bike. I got one of my best races on it. A guy beat me on a brand new KTM, and this bike was bone stock. It would have been in 2011. It was racing that Triple Cross series. He got me over. He beat me the first moto, and I tapped him on the back, and I said, "Did you like first?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, you're going to like second even better." That next race, he had to lead. And I was right on him, making my bike real loud, getting him scared. And it wasn't working. And I saw a little gap over the finish line jump that he left in that inside corner. And I snuck in. And I passed him on the last lap, and I won. I won around, and I won. I have a picture of that. I'll send it to you, Joe. You can put that in the video.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
But, yeah, I had a mohawk and a coontail on my helmet, and then after that, it was all uphill. Okay. One thing I like to do before I go and ride, I always check my tire pressure. Braided tire gauge. It's perfect for them little 50s.
Oh yeah.
They sneak in there. So we are at 10 pounds. We are riding hard packed dirt. Usually they say softer the dirt, harder the tire. So you could get away with running probably 10 pounds, but I'm a little chubby, so I'm gonna bump it up. Uh-oh.
You out of air?
I think I forgot to close the valve.
Uh-oh.
I did. Any little gadget?
Yeah. Better twist faster. There you go. Yeah, and then you click the air. Right. Where are we at?
It's going up. What do you do to stop?
hit the air button again.
Really?
Yep.
This is nice.
Yeah. Then you twist it off.
You know, I feel like I need to get with the times. That air tank, that was my grandpa's. If that says anything.
So that's how old?
I don't know, that valve's kind of messed up on it. I've worked on it a few times. Sometimes you show up the track with 80 pounds of pressure, sometimes none.
You kind of have to roll with it.
Yep. Have you put air in the tires at all?
Nope.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be low then. I mean, if I wasn't gonna be hitting these jumps,
yeah,
I wouldn't be too concerned.
Yeah, no, check over everything. Make sure everything's good. Where are you at for that one?
That one was at 9.
Okay.
Because in them bigger jumps, it won't be too, smells good.
Yeah.
So go do a couple slow laps.
Yep.
All right. Is it good now?
Yo, yeah.
Heat cycle?
Yep. God. Is he gonna hit this?
Better not. You already missed the berm. He's gonna get hurt. Oh shit.
That front wheel looks a little wobbly.
I definitely noticed the difference from the 125. This isn't like your CR. You think it's faster?
Yeah.
You can tell it's got stiffer springs when it does that.
Yeah.
It's really stiff. It's set up for 220.
Yeah, it's a quick bike. When I rode it, it was pretty snappy.
Yeah, I definitely had everything I could have done to it. Just walking right? Oh, we're not going up on the house. We're just doing a couple laps on the bike. You can come, but you're not going to be able
Yeah.
I rode it up and down the driveway.
Oh yeah, when we put that piston in it. 65 years old.
John's dad's driving the bike. He's 65.
I'm guessing he doesn't like that berm because it's not flattened out with the bike yet. It's just straight skid loader track.
You gotta remember, man, he's like, what am I getting into here?
That's pretty cool that he can still ride.
Yeah, he had 2 hip surgeries.
Wow.
Broke both his femurs. He accidentally rode his dirt bike off a cliff one time. Dude, I thought he was gonna loop it out there. He ain't wearing any gear either. So he ain't letting her rip you. He's probably gonna buy my half out of that bike.
No, what?
My half. Oh, it's a part of the story. 10 seem really fast compared to the CR250s?
I don't know about mine.
Yeah.
Mine might be a little more torquier.
Alright. I'm gonna go out and ride it.
We're getting about 50 more loads a day. That's a lot. 34-year-old versus a 15-year-old in a race. One with 30 years of experience almost.
Let's race!
If you want to follow me, I'll show you it.
Show you what?
One lap around, I'll show you the rhythm of it.
What do you mean? I thought I was just doing the rhythm.
You gotta hit that first turn.
Okay, I'll follow you. Is we're gonna start down there in the field, come around here and hit this jump. You hit the inside corner and hit the whoops, and then go down and around.
Is it one lap?
We can do two, whatever you want.
Well, I will do. I guess we'll do. We'll do two.
2 laps? Okay.
Whoever gives up first.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun. A bit out of shape.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's family and doggy oriented.
Yeah.
Moose.
Well, how was the bike run?
Runs good. Got the clutch issues figured out. Just some minor adjustments. I forgot on how much power that bike had.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can get it out here and start ripping more and ride with these kids and start off to a good summer, having a good bike ready to go.
Yep.
So I appreciate it, Joe.
Yep, it was fun to work on. It's a nice bike.
I'm just very, I'm on like cloud 9 with it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's just a different animal. And this thing rips, and having that Henson clutch in there and having it grab,
Yeah.
not used to that at all. It runs proper, power efficient. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
I hope the viewers like it.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
I'll get some more. Can I put my channel on there?
Yeah, let's see.
It's Jonathan Bradley. That's my YouTube channel. You look it up. I got some videos. We plan on posting more. I got an editing crew now. They can help me out with that a little bit. We'll have pictures or videos of us riding out here, going to the races, part of our CJ racing team, and it'll talk about like what we do with that and our sponsors. I still got to put my crash video on there, so hopefully you guys like and subscribe to that channel too. And anything you want to see, comment on there.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for letting me use your bike for the channel. It was definitely a fun one to work on, and I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah,
so.
no, I definitely agree. Like and subscribe Joe's channel. Too Vintage.
Yeah.